First and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, double honors to the elders of Great Millstone, and salutation to all y'all coming out house and power bidding to this marriage. I'm going to title this video, Shame Shall Cover Thee. I'm going to get this scripture first because we all know, right, it's historically proven and accurate that Esau has destroyed the northern and southern tribes of the nation Israel, the so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans. I'm going to get Obadiah, chapter 1, verse 10. For thy violence against thy brother Jacob, shame shall cover thee. What shame? Violence for rape, raping our women, the children, even men. Who does that, right? Stealing, burning, and thou shalt be cut off forever, You're going to be cut off forever. Your shame's going to cover thee. You're going to feel a lot of shame in these last days. Esau, what he does is try to tune it out, right? He ignores it. Esau, he'll start a conversation, a debate on racism. Then it gets too hot, he leaves. He can't handle it, He always says no racism. He's the one that perpetuating it, Esau doesn't want, there's so many documentaries on Facebook. Documentaries on it doesn't say Facebook. Slovakia. There's documentaries on Netflix. There's Colin Kaepernick. How these Edomites feel about us, or the History Channel, right? YouTube, Twitter, whatever. There's so much you can learn about Esau now. He's being exposed on all levels. Internet, right? I don't know what made him create it. Honestly, ultimately, it's the Lord. Yahweh Bashim Yahushai wanted Esau to create the internet for the truth to be pushed. But I don't remember the purpose for why Esau made it. But for himself. But anyways, whatever happens, it's all in the hands of the Lord. Right? Shame shall cover thee. What are they banning, right? Trying to ban from the school system. Why are they banning critical race theory? Fox News has mentioned critical race theory 1,300 times in less than 4 months. Why? Because critical race theory has become a new boogeyman for people unwilling to acknowledge our country's racist history and how it impacts the present. Esau's a coward, right? Esau's a coward. Just face your history. Just man up. If you could take the benefits and reap the benefits, get land and money passed down to you generation by generation, right? You should be able to handle with the curse that come with it. You can't have the blessing with the curses. You can't just say, "Oh, I founded this." You can't say I got all these benefits, I have all this money, but I don't like the way I got it, so I don't want to teach that part. Like Esau's an asshole, honestly. If you be a man about it, like, you know what? I did these things, and I'm gonna ask, just say it. I'm a demon. Just say it. Just go on stage, right? You should go on the news and just say, you know what? I'm a demon and I'm gonna eat them. Just be honest, because that's what you are, right? Let me go down. Why? Because critical race. Okay, let me go down. To understand why CRT has become such a flashpoint in culture, it is important to understand what it is and what it's not. Opponents fear that CRT admonishes all white people for being oppressors, or classifying all black people as hopelessly oppressed victims. These fears have spurred school boards and state legislators from Tennessee to Idaho to ban teaching about racism in classrooms. However, there is a fundamental problem. These narratives about CRT are a gross exaggeration of theoretical framework. The broad brush that is being applied to CRT is puzzling to academics, including some of the scholars who coined and advanced the framework. Critical race theory does not attribute racism to white people as individuals or even to entire groups of people. Simply put, critical race theory states that U.S. social institutions, the criminal justice system, education system, labor market, housing market, healthcare system are laced with racism embedded in law, regulations, rules, and procedures that lead to differential outcome by race. Sociologists and other scholars have long noted that racism can't exist without racists. So people think you gotta say the N word, the hard N word, right? That's what Esau's an idiot. You can Esau shows his racism like this. Um, oh, I see a darker complexion person than me. I'm gonna walk across the street, or an Edomite woman, they hold their purses so hard, right? Or or they let somebody else. I don't know. You go into a club, you go into a nightclub or whatever. There's a bodyguard to Edomite. He lets everybody in but you because he just no one got to say the hard N word to be racist. You know what I mean? They could just show it by different classes. You know, I heard the vaccines are even given differently. You know, right? I heard about this coronavirus vaccine. The black people, Jake, honestly, are getting the worst ones or something. Esau is getting water, sugar water, right? You know, something's going on, right? Why did this lady, this Israelite lady, was talking about how she was trying to go down to the suburbs to get her vaccine. She's talking about, they said you're not white, you can't get this one. You know, so it's like they know that, so they're separating by class. Why do you think we got a Esau got a Whole Foods and we got a Price Right, or why do we got liquor stores on every corner and Esau doesn't? It's to destroy us. You know, the poison food, the cigarettes and all this other Fontos and all this other nonsense. Call it lung cancer, causing lung cancer. However, many Americans are not able to separate their individual identity as an American from social institutions that govern us. These people perceive themselves as the system. Consequently, they interpret calling social institutions racist as calling them racist personally. It speaks to how normative racial ideology is to American identity that some people just cannot separate the two. There are also people who may recognize America's racist past but have bought into the false narrative that the U.S. is now an equitable democracy. They are simply unwilling to remove the blind spot obscuring the fact that America is still not great for everyone. That'd be Jake sometimes. Jake is a madman. Jake be joining the police force, Jake come over from another country talking about you have freedom of choice. I don't believe in racism. What racism? They do that. Jake is an asshole, right? They want to defend Esau. Now are to blame for what people did in the past. They're saying that white people living now have a moral responsibility to do something about how racism still impacts all of our lives today. Esau can make a difference. All that money Esau has, he could do some. Yo, Esau is an asshole. Esau is an asshole. And Esau is talking about how he Well, let me get something. Ecclesiastes 3:15, that which has been is now, and that which is to be hath already been, and Yahweh required that which is past. No way you're getting away. The Lord requires. You saw talking about that he have no the article was just saying that people they had no ties to their past because that was a long time ago. Wait, no, that's the wrong article. So lucky. This one. Are not arguing that white people living now are to blame for what people did in the past. What did it say? Read this note. They are to blame because Esau, you're your own forefather. You're your own past great grandfather, which white people living now are to blame for what we're just saying. We're not arguing. We are to argue. You know that because that's a fact. You are to blame for what you did. This is what you did. This is who you are. Esau reaping the benefits. He's a coward. He want to talk about all. He want to talk. He want to buy a whole yacht, right? Esau want to buy yachts and supercars and hybrids and cars or whatever, but you don't want to talk about how you got that. The Nike, right? Benefits from slavery. Adidas, benefits from slavery. Timberlands, Gucci, Versace. All these brands got they got something to do with slavery. And Jake's rocking that Gucci. They made blackface a couple of years ago. I wore their sweaters. To better understand how widespread these efforts are to ban critical race theory from U.S. classroom, we did an assessment of anti-critical race theory state legislation. Here's what we found: 9 states: Idaho, Oklahoma, Tennessee, Texas, Iowa, New Hampshire, South Carolina, Arizona, and North Dakota have passed legislation. Arizona legislation was overturned in November by Arizona Supreme Court. None of these state bills that have passed even actually mention the words critical race theory, explicitly, with the exception of Idaho and North Dakota. The legislation may mostly ban the discussion, training, or orientation that the U.S. is inherently racist, as well as any discussion about conscious or unconscious bias, privilege, discrimination. Esau's a coward. Esau is a goddamn coward. Esau thinks no, this country wasn't built on racism. What was it built? Esau is the ass. You just be a man about it. Be a man about it. Esau wants all the benefits. He wants reap all the rewards. He wants us to work for free, take all the income, all the rewards that come with it. But he doesn't want to blame that he's the reason that. Oh man, I'm telling you, Esau. I can't wait for Jake to bust him inside his head. Lord's willing, I'm in the kingdom with Edom. I just want to hurt him. Like he's just a demon. You really have all this. You have all these riches, right? But you don't want to talk about how you got it. You're not forsaking it either. So what's going on? If you really want to get rid of your past, why don't you do something about it? Esau doesn't want to make a change. He's a greedy bastard. Elon Musk, right? Jeff Bezos, all these Edomites, Bill Gates, all these that could make a change. They want to, but then give your money away. Give your riches away. Esau won't do it. You want to buy yachts and Lamborghinis and buy Moet, at the damn wine store, no, he got a cellar. Esau, Douglas has a damn wine cellar with 500 different types of wine that's been in there for 40 years in his family's lineage or whatever. Talking about, damn, I wish I could make a change. Drinking the finest of bourbon whiskey. Damn demon. Esau's a devil. Esau is the two-faced demon. He's damn. I wish I could make a difference, bro. While he's having $4 million in bank, driving in his damn Lambo, his Pagani Zonda. You ever seen a Pagani Zonda? Let me show you this. Look at this. This is what Esau. This is what Esau be driving. Esau be on Facebook, on social media. Damn, I wish I could make a change while he's driving this in California on the highway. Look at this. Right now there's an Edomite, right, with these types of cars talking about, damn, I wish I could help somebody. I wish I could help the black community. Yo, Esau a double-minded man is unstable. I seen it, bro. I'm telling you, these Edomites be having money talking about defending Jake on Facebook. Why don't you do more than that, huh? Esau's full of shit. He thinks defending us on Facebook makes a difference. Or Twitter, Instagram. I be seeing a comment board, on YouTube, right? Esau be thinking he's making a difference. Yeah, right. Um, a double-minded man is unstable in all his ways. James chapter 1 verse 8. A double-minded man is unstable on his ways. A double-minded is having in mind opposite or opposing views at different times. To be double-minded is to be inconsistent, vacillating, to be and act one way today and be and act some other way tomorrow. So Esau is a damn demon, according to this scripture. No, but it's fine though. No, no, you can keep your yacht, keep your super yacht. Keep your helicopters, keep your sports cars, keep your fancy shoes and your belts. It doesn't matter. You go into slavery anyway. According to mm, according to Revelation chapter 13 verse 10, you're guilty on all charges. Esau, Edom. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity. He that killeth the sword must be killed with the sword. Here are the patience and the faith of the saints. You're gonna be going to captivity, man. You are full of it. Let me read down. Basically, they ban training or orientation that U.S. is inherently racist. You were born off racism. This country, you Edomites, destroyed the natives, and you called them red. You called them red people, prairie dogs, or something like that. Then you brought over Judah, and you enslaved them, calling them, the hard R. I don't want to say it because my video may be taken down, but you know what I'm talking about. Right, monkeys, porch monkey, jigaboo, all these stereotypes, watermelons, and all this. You make these Walt Disney characters back in the '60s and '50s with big lip characters, right? So you're telling me this country not built? Your own cartoon shows are living proof that this country is inherently racist. Who does that? Whole TV series about oversized lip, and like blackface. Like, come on now, that's in your history. Hangings, lynching, it's in the history. Boiling people alive, torturing black women, ripping their babies out their stomach. You saw the damn demon. State actors in Montana and South Dakota have denounced teaching concepts associated with the critical race theory. The state school boards in Florida, Georgia, Utah, and Alabama introduced new guidelines bearing critical race theory related discussions. Local boards in Georgia, North Carolina, Kentucky, and Virginia also criticized critical race theory. Nearly 20 additional states have introduced or plan to introduce similar legislation. Esau's a coward. This country will never be better. That's Jake's problem. Jake always think Esau has the best his best for Jake. Esau thinks Jake think that Esau's gonna like help. And he's like, you gotta wake up. Zechariah 11:15. I meant Salaki. Zechariah 11:5. Whose possessors slayed him and hold himself not guilty. You know. Esau, he's the ultimate victim player. I didn't do that. I didn't. I didn't even do that. I didn't. Come on. Come on. Inherently racist. Come on, man. Hold themselves not guilty, and they that sell them say, "Blessed be the Lord, for I am rich," and their own shepherds pity them not. So Jake, Esau has hell to pay, right? You know, Esau's gonna suffer a lot in the kingdom. And the thing is, the elect are gonna be able to put your spirit right back in your physical body. Ecclesiasticus 41:7. The children will complain of an ungodly father, because they will be reproached for his sake. So the children will complain of an ungodly father. Esau, if you see videos lately, Esau is exposing himself on many levels. Because he carries the shame and guilt. Remember, shame shall cover thee. Esau, even though Esau is the wicked, the border of wickedness, in his flesh, you could take so much. Well, you got some Edomites still going hard, talking about I did nothing wrong. You got some even exposing themselves. That goes in the scripture. And that's gonna come. That's gonna happen more and more. I want to end it like that. I want to give all praise to Yahweh, Ba'Shem Yahushai, double honors to the elder great millstone, and salutations to all y'all coming to Highland Byway. Till next time, I say Shalom.